Apple breaks yet another record, though this time it's in market valuation. Reports claim that Sony is planning to slash its smartphone lineup, and the OnePlus One will be available on Amazon, but it's not what you think. I'm Jaime Rivera, and what would a Tuesday be if I didn't end it up with a bang? This is Pocketnow Daily. Let's begin today with what's official, as Google has just announced its new Devices and Services portal, and what this is actually a website that tells you which devices are currently accessing your Google account. And this is good for two reasons. Number one, if you want to track any device that you've lost, you can do so with Android Device Manager from that website. But in addition to that, if you want to know what devices are accessing your account at the moment, looking for hacks, for example, this is probably the best way to go. Look to the description for full details on this service. And speaking of official news, let's talk about the Duve Nike V1. I know it took me a while to figure that name out, but if you thought that the Oppo N3 was interesting with its swivel camera, well, this new device from Duve is actually very interesting because it does include almost the same concept with a very different mechanism. It actually looks very creepy, but it does have a Sony BSI sensor in addition to optical image stabilization. Really interesting. Links in the description, even though the specifications were a little, mid-tiered, and we probably won't see it in this side of the world. But no, that's not the craziest news today. If you thought that the OnePlus One is just one of those devices you'd rather forget about because you can't get your hands on it, me included, think again. The company has just announced that they're teaming up with Amazon to sell the phone, but not everywhere. It's only going to be exclusive in India, and it's only going to be exclusive in India on Amazon, which is so interesting considering the fact that Amazon is a US-based company, and people in the US want to get their hands on the OnePlus One and something smarter than the invites or crazy other pre-order systems. Though this phone will be available in India as of next month. Let's see how long it takes to sell out. Now, a company that's not having a good time with sales is Sony, and reports from Reuters claim that the company is planning to slash its smartphone lineup significantly. Apparently, we will only be left with a couple of models, which is actually not a bad thing. There are so many Xperia smartphones out there that are not interesting that it would be great for Sony to just focus on a couple of phones. We still don't have details on which phones these would be, and we don't have any details on when, but hopefully they would slash that whole concept of redoing their Xperia flagships every 6 months and just do it once a year for people to not go crazy waiting for the next one, and then the next one, and then the next. And finally, for the very interesting news of the day, Apple has just surpassed $700 billion in market valuation as of this morning. The reason why this is interesting is because, number one, the company was almost bankrupt in 1997 before Steve Jobs came back. Two, because the next company in market valuation is Exxon, which used to be the most valuable company in the world and is currently almost half what Apple is worth at $400 billion. Third, because if Apple were to spin off the iPhone business on its own, the iPhone alone would be bigger than Microsoft. And it's just interesting, again, for a company that focuses on just a couple of smartphones, a couple of tablets, and a couple of computers, compared to companies like Sony that have a bevy of products, companies like Samsung that do so as well, and that are currently struggling economically. And which leads me to the question of the day. What do you think about Apple's success? Do you think that they've deserved their success, or do you feel that it's only marketing hype? Because in my case, honestly, I find it interesting that this company has been able to succeed by just focusing on a couple of things and doing them really well. But leave us a comment down below. What is your opinion? Friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video was filmed, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.